I'm going to be joined by some new people who you're not going to be used to. On Instagram, his name is TitansInsider_. Welcome him to the chat. Go follow him if you have Instagram. Our second guest is going to be Dimboys today. Say hello.
What's good?
And our second host will be Samal.
No, just say Steeler Wire.
Steeler Wire Instagram. Got it. So Steeler Wire. So go chat. Go follow them if you have not. And if you're, of course, brand new here, subscribe, of course. But today's show is gonna consist of maybe some news. I don't know what news there is really. Other than some. Oh no, I know some that I can do quick. We're gonna talk about the Bills draft, and because they're here, I guess we'll talk about the Steelers, Cowboys, and Titans draft. Since those are the three. Who's the little kid in the background?
I don't know why he never shuts up.
Oh god. Hold up, just so we can hear y'all, can y'all make sure that your settings are set so that you can be heard on streams?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you might want to have that.
I think I have that on.
Okay. Hold up, let me go on the stream. Let me go on the stream and find out.
Yeah.
You're sponsored by Rogue Energy.
I was bored one day and wanted to have a random sponsor code, okay?
That's cool.
They said yeah.
No, it's one of those things where it's like free and all that, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, you get it for free?
Yeah, you don't need to be special. You just need to... No need to be special. Okay.
Wait, you get this stuff for free?
You need to be special. You just need to... No need to be special. Okay.
Yo, I'm gonna be any more.
Okay, Titans, we can hear you. Samal, can you talk?
Yeah.
Okay, Titans, we can hear you. Samal, can you talk? Okay, I can hear you. Dimboys, can you talk?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you. Dimboys, can you talk? Yeah. Okay, you're all there.
Alright.
Sweet. So let's get into the first little bits of news that I have for all of us today. It's going to start with some all-around. There will be no international games this season. None at all.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Due to the coronavirus pandemic.
I think the players are not that much because
Yeah, that's like, that's less jet lag.
they show certain countries
Yeah.
don't have to do that.
Okay, who's playing sicko mode?
I have no idea. I'm right now. Boom! I just bought the minigun.
Keep it going.
I just bought the minigun.
Go.
I just randomly hear this in the background. Okay. And then I think that's really it for news in the NFL right now. Out of what I know.
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, right. Andy Dalton has been signed by the Cowboys. That is interesting. Of all teams, I didn't expect it to be the Cowboys. I thought Patriots were the top runner for him, honestly. That I thought.
I think it was a good move because it's good insurance in case Dak ends up pulling out.
And because you just came off, I think, a 7-9, 8-8 season.
Yeah.
It's gonna get you. It's gonna give Dak some. It's gonna give Dak some competition to play better. You know what I mean? So he doesn't lose his job, which is definitely something you want. It's just why I think we drafted Jake Fromm, because Jake Fromm's supposed to be good. But we'll get in the draft people later. But I think.
I really don't.
I mean, he's gonna be backup most likely, anyways.
Yeah.
If anything, he's not replacing Allen, but he'll replace Barkley, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. There's something about them that scream like career backup. I just don't know.
Yet again, he did also lead Georgia to a national championship. So, that's always there.
Yeah, they did lose though.
Yeah, but you know what? I guess he deserves to be on the Bills though. We always make it, then lose it.
Yeah, like 1999 wild card round.
And the two 1990 Super Bowls against the Cowboys. Hey, I don't have shame. Didn't y'all go to like a third and win a third one after that one? After that? Like, didn't you go 3 in a row? 2 of them were us and then some other team for the third one?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think Cowboys and Steelers have the record for most Super Bowls faced off against each other. They have so many.
I mean, I just want to take a second to recognize that it's James Harrison's birthday.
Oh, it is?
Happy birthday, strong man. The March
he hates the Steelers now.
Yeah, he's our all-time sack leader with 84.5 sacks.
He's also good.
Yeah.
Was good. When he went to the Patriots, bomb.
He has nearly 1,000 tackles.
Now this is actually a football show, because normally I'm talking about random shit here because I have no actual good football people that join the show. Except people who are on crack every time. And if you look at my old episodes, you'll see that. Bill's Talk. That's the name of the channel.
How do you have 94 subscribers?
We have 118.
How?
I have no clue.
But like, I don't know, his James Harrison's stats, he has.
Wait, yo, you should do a franchise with us.
I like doing franchises alone. They're more fun that way because I can do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean?
True.
Very true.
Jesus, who's watching my stream causing that fucking screech?
Wait, what's your YouTube channel name again?
Bill's Talk.
What?
Bill's Talk. That's what it's called.
How the hell did you get 100?
It's called having 335 followers on Instagram and then just plugging it every 5 minutes.
Wait, how old are you?
15.
You're what? 15?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But I plug the channel like every time I go live, so I normally get a lot of...
Get the fuck out. This is a football party.
Yeah,
We'll invite you when we're done.
Football. Okay, so I guess now that we pretty much have the only news that there was out of the way, let's go to draft, post-draft. Y'all want to do that now? Okay, I want to start with a draft that I found a bit sketchy. I'll do the Bills one last, because it's my show. I get to do whatever I want. I want to start with the Cowboys draft. CeeDee Lamb, great player. He's definitely going to solidify the receiving core, but needs-wise, I don't think it was the best move.
Alright, I'm back.
Like, them boys.
Yeah.
Would you say needs-wise, that first-round pick wasn't really the best usage of that first-round pick?
We don't have a legitimate missing position, so I think it was great. He was the best available player.
Well, here's the other thing. Here you do have a missing position. Your secondary, you just lost your best corner.
We also drafted Trayvon Diggs in the second, though. So.
Yeah, that is a good point. Did you draft any safeties, though? That's the problem, because your safeties didn't play that good either.
Well, we signed Hawk and Diggs, and Xavier Woods is a rising star.
Yeah.
I think.
Now, what about the tight end position? Because that tight end position weakened without Witten there, for sure.
No, Blake Jarwin's better than Witten. Witten was definitely holding back.
And then they also just signed Blake Bell, who was more of a depth guy.
Yeah, he's a great blocker.
So I guess it's good, but it's just like needs-wise on the first day, it looked like a bad move because you have your best cornerback no longer there. You know what I mean? Safeties didn't do as well as you want safeties to do. Right now, you know what I mean? But when you go through this the draft, you're like, okay, you know what, not a bad move. But when you're on day one and you look at the move, it's like, oh, maybe that shouldn't have been a thing because you have these positions of needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can understand that. I see where you're coming from, but I think the Cowboys made the smartest move possible by taking DC.
I think what they did is they're like, okay, let's just take the best player there, and then CD was there. Because the Raiders...
I feel like they had faith that they knew...
Plus, they did lose Randall Cobb. They did lose Randall Cobb as well. They also did lose Randall Cobb, so that gets them...
Yeah, so now that receiving core is going to be...
Yeah.
Dak's gonna have
now let's just see, can Will, who's your coach name again? I forget.
Mike McCarthy?
Mike McCarthy, thank you. Let's just see if Mike McCarthy can do the same with the Cowboys he did with the Packers.
Well, okay, so here's my thing on Mike McCarthy. People saying that he got fired for a reason. Alright, so we all know that the Packers didn't have a running back after Eddie Lacy. It was Ty Montgomery, and he's a piece of shit. And Aaron Rodgers was hurt. And he still went 6-9-1.
Yeah.
He only got
Mike
fired
McCarthy,
because
this is what I like. This is what I like about Mike McCarthy. He can build a damn good defense.
I know.
Yeah.
Like that Packers defense, like that Super Bowl winning year with that Packers defense when Mike McCarthy came, like in like the best years for Mike McCarthy, that Packers defense was elite. It was a really good fucking defense. So he knows how to build a defense, and that's what I like, because that's the thing the Cowboys, when you look at how they did last year, that's what they lacked. Not offense. The offense was just fine, right? They lacked the defense a lot. You know what I mean? Like, they have Byron.
Yeah.
But Byron was like, other than DeMarcus Lawrence and Leighton Vander Esch, and Vander Esch was injured.
And he played like really bad this year.
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence had a down year for sure.
Yeah.
He did not play as well as he should have. So round 2, y'all chose Trayvon Diggs. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I actually wanted him to go to Buffalo. He was a pick I would love to hear in Buffalo, you know what I mean?
Buffalo's secondary is something scary right now.
Yeah. But it'd always be... Levi Wallace could have a breakout year for all we know.
Yeah,
because he's going to have competition with, like, Josh Norman.
I'm high on Levi Wallace this year. I'm high on Levi Wallace.
Because here's the thing, Levi technically, statistically, actually didn't really have a bad year last year except for a couple games. You know what I mean? It was like that Dolphins game and some other games that really did it. But you gotta remember, it could be a sophomore slump. The same thing pretty much happened to Trey in his sophomore year. You know what I mean? Like, he did pretty good, but then there were some game. You know what I mean? So for all we know, he's gonna fucking blow. We could have one of the best secondaries in the league next year, right?
If
Levi Wallace breaks out. And yet again, Josh Norman, he didn't really play much zone in Washington, so he played more man, and that's not what he does. He doesn't play man. You know what I mean? So
before I leave. I'll do one more topic.
Okay.
So after the Cowboys, I'll do one more.
Okay, so let's move to Bills draft then quickly. Let's start. So we did not draft day 1. Technically, our first round pick was Stephon Diggs. Great move by the Bills. Because yeah, no, because that Justin Jefferson is like a buster, you know, a buster gem. Like, it's, you don't know when with Diggs, you know he's good, right?
If he plays well outside minis.
Well, he probably could, because now we have 2 over-the-top receivers and Diggs and Brown. So either one of them are going to be getting open almost every time because the safety's going to be too busy worrying about one of them. You know what I mean? Because that's 2 1,000-yard receivers there now on that Bills wide receiver core. Right.
Yeah.
And then Cole Beasley, he could be that secret weapon too. He was he was against the Cowboys. He killed the Cowboys.
off-topic thing, but my mom just texted me and I gotta go make dinner, so I'm gonna head out, y'all.
Okay. So let's move to day 2 because day 2 is when we actually started. Okay. I can get in trouble for that.
Yeah, you should just probably end it.
Nah, the show must go on. Okay.
I feel like you probably end it and then like delete or something like that. Because if someone sees that, I'm about to like delete the promotion of my story.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want people seeing that.
Yeah.